Hello, my name is Mara Gabrilli. I come from Brazil and I am a person with disability and a congresswoman in Brazil. I would like to thank Daniela Baz, Director of the United Nations Inclusive Social Development Division, for the invitation. It's an honor for me to participate in the event of the 2018 International Day of Persons with Disability, with the theme Empowering Persons with Disability and Ensuring Inclusiveness and Equality. According to the Agenda 2030 for Sustainable Development, we are all committed on leave no one behind. The main goal, which perhaps is the greatest global challenge, is to end poverty in all its forms everywhere. We cannot ignore the two-way relationship between disability and poverty. Disability increases the likelihood of poverty, and as well as poor living conditions increases the risk of disabilities due to factors such as urban violence and lack of proper nutrition, basic sanitation, and clean water, among other factors. More than half the world's population already lives in urban centers, and the fast, unequal, and disorderly urbanization have led to increasing pressure on water demand, sewage, living environment, and public health. For this reason, the Goal 11 seeks to make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. All this to ensure that we live in a more efficient environment that meets or respects everyone's needs. An inclusive city seeks solutions not only to foster economic equality, but also social, political, and cultural equality. In the case of people with disabilities, the lack of accessibility in buildings, in the means of transportation, barriers to communication, to information, and to technology exacerbate the inequalities problems, which strongly impact the fundamental rights and freedoms. Today, at such significant date, we must reaffirm our commitment to social and economic prosperity, well-being, and the dignity of all people, including those who require additional support because of disability. We've been working for rights of persons with disability for 30 years. First, I founded a non-governmental organization and made many criticisms of governments and charged them. That was when I outlined a project in 2004 to create a secretary in the city of São Paulo, focusing on the inclusion of people with disability and reduced mobility. The mayor believed the idea, and suddenly I took up the challenge of promoting accessibility and inclusion in the largest city in Latin America. I understood that my primary role in the city hall would be pedagogical. I tried to disseminate concepts such as the universal design, and I showed the other secretaries that I was not there to exempt them from promoting inclusion in their folders, but to have a transversal role in the formulation of public policies. The São Paulo Secretary of People with Disabilities was the first one in Brazil, and today we have hundreds of similar secretaries all over the country working to adapt all cities. The ideal is to reflect on what the city has in its favor. Flat, affordable and safe sidewalks? Are schools inclusive? Do the houses follow the universal design? There are many reflections necessary to then create a positive agenda with solutions. This is the breakthrough we need to take. The solutions will come from a combination of efforts, careful planning and participatory management. This is the role that I assumed in Brazil 8 years ago as a federal deputy. With great pride, I was able to approve in 2015 the Brazilian law on the inclusion of persons with disabilities, based on the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities and its optional protocol. In 2019, as senator elected in Brazil, I will continue this work in fostering the rights, promoting accessibility, and fighting any form of discrimination. But it will also be my role at the United Nations as a member of the Committee of Persons with Disabilities. The Sustainable Development undergoes sustainable living and development, well-being, and the dignity of all people. This goal will be achieved only if we understand that this is responsibility of all of us. It's an ambitious goal, which is worthy of our best efforts and investments. Thank you very much for the opportunity of participating of the event of this International Day of Persons with Disabilities. Count on me to create favorable environments for, by, and with persons with disabilities.